Rexing V1P Pro promises full HD dual-channel peace of mind. Either we have finally hit the sweet spot of reliable 1080p front and rear coverage with GPS, Wi-Fi, and a supercapacitor, or it's another round of tech roulette wrapped in big numbers. On paper, you get dual 1080p 30fps, 170-degree ultra-wide lenses, built-in GPS logging, Wi-Fi app control, loop recording, G-sensor locking, and supercapacitor power for heat resilience. Sounds criminally generous at this price, right? But here's the thing, specs never tell the whole story. I installed it, hardwired it for parking mode, ran a 256 GB high-endurance card, and daily drove with it for 3 weeks through city, highway, day, night, rain, and a 95-degree cabin bake. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. What does the V1P Pro claim to do? Protect you with dual full HD coverage, track your route and speed with GPS, survive harsh temps thanks to a supercapacitor, and make it easy to review and share footage via Wi-Fi. The key marketing promises are true 1080p front and rear at 30fps with wide dynamic range for low light 170-degree lenses to capture more of the scene, built-in GPS, stamping for time, location, and speed, secure recording with loop, G-sensor lock, and support up to 256 GB. Sounds solid, right? But here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim dual 1080p clarity. What you actually get is good daytime detail and usable night footage, but not plate sniping at speed. Here's why. With 170-degree lenses, each pixel covers a lot of scene. At 1920 pixels across 170 degrees, you're looking at roughly 11 pixels per degree. At 40 mph, a plate sized around 12 inches from 2 to 3 car lengths away simply doesn't put enough pixels on target, especially with compression and motion blur. In my tests, plates were readable when close or at stops. At speed, it's hit or miss. That's not a flaw unique to Rexing, it's the physics of wide-angle 1080p. They claim WDR helps in low light. Reality. WDR reduces blown highlights and lifts shadows, so night footage is cleaner than cheap cams but still grainy with headlight flare in heavy rain. Evidence. A wet night drive showed street signs readable. Distant plates not so much. They claim Wi-Fi makes it easy to view, save, and share. What you actually get is convenience for clips, not full trips. The app connects reliably on 2.4 GHz, but transfer speeds are slow for multi-minute files. A 1-minute dual-channel clip took around 40-60 seconds to move to my phone. If you want to export a 10-minute incident, use the microSD. They claim GPS logs time, location, and speed. Reality. It works with speed stamping on video and a route in the desktop player. Evidence. My commute plotted accurately within a few meters. Speed matched my car within 1-2 mph. Caveat. GPS will take a minute or two to lock from cold start. They claim supercapacitor for heat-cold resistance. Reality, that's legit. I left the car in a 95-degree lot. It booted fine and completed file saves without swollen battery drama. In cold mornings around 20-25 degrees, the unit started immediately. But wait, there's more. They claim secure recording with loop and G-sensor. That part checks out if you use a high-endurance microSD. Evidence. With a 256 GB endurance card, I recorded roughly 21 hours of dual-channel footage before looping. The G-sensor locked clips during a pothole hit and a minor hard break. Cheap cards will cause freezes or corrupted files. That's not marketing fluff, it's a common dash cam reality. The plot twist. Parking mode requires the hardwire kit, sold separately. Impact trigger parking worked. Time-lapse mode at 1 FPS was decent, but overnight recording on a weak battery can trip under voltage without the kit's cutoff. Detailed breakdown. Video quality, daytime 8.510, night 6.5710. Front bitrate averaged around the mid-teens Mbps with H.264, rear slightly lower. Colors are natural, exposure stable, but the ultra-wide view sacrifices plate detail at distance. If you want sharper front detail, a 1440p or 4K front system will outperform it. Night performance is better than budget no-name cams but not class-leading. App and connectivity. The Wi-Fi app is functional but not fast. Great for grabbing a 1-minute clip after an incident, painful for longer files. Live view is helpful during setup. A bonus, you can tweak settings without touching the tiny 2.4-inch screen. GPS and data, stamps are clean, and the desktop viewer overlays speed and location nicely. Some users report the viewer being finicky on older PCs. I had no issues on Windows 11. Build and installation. The wedge design is stealthy and solid, adhesive mount only. Cable management is straightforward. The rear cam cable is long enough for most sedans and small SUVs. Buttons are clicky, screen is small but usable. No voice control. Supercapacitor feels like a long-term reliability win. Parking mode and power. You need the Rexing hardwire kit for 24/7 modes and battery protection. Motion detect works but can trigger too easily on windy days. Time-lapse parking is smarter if you have the storage. Red flags and what nobody tells you. Use a name-brand high-endurance microSD or you will get random reboots. Firmware updates exist, but check the Rexing site. The app won't always prompt. The 170-degree angle is great for context, not for forensic plate capture at distance. Some lower reviews stem from using regular microSD cards and expecting GoPro-level night detail from dual 1080p. Verdict: buy with caution if your priorities match what this actually does well. Reliable dual-channel coverage, heat-resistant power design, GPS stamping, and a stealthy set-and-forget package. Strengths: solid daytime footage, dependable supercapacitor, easy install, GPS baked in, support up to 256 GB, fair price for dual 1080p. Weaknesses: average night detail, slow Wi-Fi transfers, parking mode requires extra kit, ultrawide lenses reduce plate clarity at speed. If you need sharper front detail, look at a 1440p or 4K front alternative in the same price band. But if you want a proven, reliable dual 1080p setup that just runs, this is worth it. Value is good when it dips on sale. Stay sharp, not sorry. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions or want me to compare this to a V1P A129 Duo or a 4K front competitor? Drop a comment and I'll pin the best tips from owners. Next up, budget 2K dash cams that punch above their weight. Drive safe, record smarter.